No one ever said parenting was easy. Kids push our buttons, and before we know it, we're raising our voices just to get through the day.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But the truth is, shouting at kids can be harmful, with some new research even showing that it's as bad as physical abuse. I know, that sounds extreme, but yelling can have serious long-term effects. And to be honest, does anyone actually feel good after yelling at a child? Today, we're going to talk about why shouting isn't the answer, and more importantly, how we can break that habit and parent in a way that builds resilience and respect. We've all been there. You're juggling work stress, deadlines, the Monday morning mayhem, and then your kids start fighting, ignoring you, or just being, well, kids. The next thing is we lose our cool and resort to shouting just to get anything done. You might get them to comply in the heat of the moment, but kids don't absorb yelling the way we might think. Studies show that when we shout, kids don't focus on the words. They feel the emotion and anger. Over time, this can have a deep impact on their mental health and even their ability to form healthy relationships. Research from over 166 studies shows that yelling at children can be just as damaging as more obvious forms of abuse. It's not just about the words we use, it's the emotional weight that comes with them. Kids who grow up in homes where shouting is the norm are more likely to struggle with anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems down the line. That's because shouting can be internalised as verbal abuse. Think about it. When a big adult looms over them, yelling, kids feel scared and threatened. The very person they trust for safety becomes a source of fear, which is the opposite of the secure attachment we aim for in intentional parenting. Yelling might get quick results, but it teaches children to comply out of fear, not understanding. They're not learning how to make responsible decisions, just how to avoid punishment. Over time, this can damage their emotional development. Shouting makes a child feel misunderstood and rejected in moments when they're likely feeling overwhelmed. It shuts down communication and prevents them from learning to express their emotions healthily. So why do we actually shout? Well, as parents, when kids don't listen, it can feel like raising our voice is the only option. But shouting is more about our frustrations than it is about actually solving the issue at hand. And we take that stress out on the kids without even realising it. When we yell at kids, especially younger ones, they don't actually understand the message behind the shouting. Toddlers don't comprehend that you're frustrated because they won't put their shoes on. What they feel is your frustration and rage, and that's what sticks. I think it helps to have a basic understanding of how our children's brains develop. Children aren't being difficult on purpose. Their brains are still wiring themselves, and they rely heavily on our emotional cues to understand the world. When we yell, we're not teaching them how to manage their emotions or how to behave. We're just showing them that shouting is a response to stress. We now know that this can lead to behavioural issues and even possibly long-term emotional struggles, which affects their future relationships. When we yell, it's easy to send the message that our frustration is more important than their feelings. Kids internalise this and start to feel that they're less valuable than whatever is stressing us out, whether it's work, the news, or just getting dinner on the table. Over time, this can lead to children seeking validation elsewhere, like through negative behaviour or, when they get older, through social media. Now, I know because you're watching this video, you don't want to be a shouty mum. So the million-dollar question, how do we break the habit? First, we need to understand that when things escalate, our kids aren't trying to make us angry. They're just reacting based on their limited understanding of the world. Instead of shouting, try pausing. Take a moment to breathe and think about what's really going on. Are they overwhelmed, confused, tired? One of the best things you can do is reframe your reaction. Instead of going straight to shouting, focus on connection. Get down to their level, look them in the eye, and calmly explain what you need them to do. It might not work perfectly every time, but it sets a tone of respect. And respect is a two-way street. The more we show our kids that we respect their emotions, the more likely they are to respect ours. If it's all gone wrong and you've resorted to raising your voice, it's not too late. Fend off the mum guilt by repairing. When you've calmed down, take the time to reconnect with your child. Apologise and talk about what happened. It's hard. Saying sorry doesn't come naturally to most of us, but we're only human. By creating the calm after the storm, we can teach our children that even when emotions run high, all is not lost and any relationship can be repaired. And that's a powerful lesson for them to carry forward in their lives. If this resonates with you, I'd love to see you in my new community, The Empowered Parent. I help parents manage their toddlers' challenging behaviour, taking their home from chaos to calm. So if this is something you're interested in, click the link in the description below and join me and loads of other parents who are transforming their relationship with their toddlers. Also, I encourage you to watch this video where I go into the 4 steps for managing those high-stress moments without losing your cool. Our only goal is to raise resilient, respectful and happy kids, but it starts with us. It's absolutely possible to parent without shouting, and the rewards for you and your children are totally worth it.